Hey kids, how are you? Welcome to Chef T's Home Kitchen. I got my own little cooking show here going. So I'm going to start teaching you guys, and I'm going to start cooking some of my stuff for dinner and showing you how to do it. And right now we are, for Culinary 2, we are on cooking methods, and today we're going to be doing pan-sear. But I just want to show you what came in the mail today. This is this kind of stuff that I get when I'm home. Food and Wine magazine. Okay. Let's see what else I have. Food and Wine. Oh, Shape. That's for my daughter. Food and Wine magazine. Just some stuff here. Look at that. Beautiful. You always got to keep your hands in what's going on. And one of the ways to do that is to get trade magazines. Well, right now I'm going to wash my hands while my daughter is going to show you the piece of meat. You can introduce the kids to Bella. Brianna, go ahead. Introduce her, Bri.
That's Bella. Say hi, Belle. Okay. There's the steak. And then your seasonings.
That's it. So this is a flat iron steak. We're going to be doing today's pan-sear. We're going to actually take the steak out. We're going to dry it off. We're going to pan-sear it with very little fat in this saute pan. And what's going to happen is it's going to caramelize. The proteins are going to caramelize, right? And we're going to use this for sandwiches. We're going to slice it on the bias. I'm going to show you all this. But the flat iron steak comes from the cow, from the shoulder part. I actually pulled it up on the video here so you can see this. Comes from the shoulder, okay? This is the chuck area. The chuck has all the muscle, The meat is tougher, so you have to cook it differently, but that's where all the flavor is, okay? Unlike a filet mignon or a New York strip or a porterhouse where you can put on the grill and grill it, this you can't do that. Okay, this steak right here, we're gonna have to cut it very, very thin, otherwise it's gonna be very tough. But this is the flat iron steak. This is where it comes from, and a little bit about the flat iron steak right there. Flat irons are great for salads. They're great for sandwiches. They're great for having just with a little gravy and mashed potatoes. Okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my cleaver. This is from my friend's farm. This is his own cattle. Okay. We're gonna open this. Okay. I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna take some paper towels. I'm gonna dry this because the blood is wet, and it won't caramelize. It'll stick to the saute pan. We want to dry this off. Okay. So this has some pretty nice marbling. It's kind of grainy. The grain of the meat goes this way. The grain of the meat goes that way. Okay. There's a little bit of silver skin here, but it's got some marbling. The marbling is the fat in there. Look at that. That's beautiful. And as that fat melts, as it cooks, what happens is it tenderizes the meat. Okay. So what we're going to do, I have my stove on high. What we're going to do is season it. A little salt and pepper. This is sea salt. I like to use sea salt. These are the coarse crystals. Now remember when I taught you, you can't just throw the salt on. You kind of have to put it in your fingers. Okay? I like a little garlic on there, and Brianna likes garlic too. I'm going to season this bad boy. But notice, what I did was I dried it first, because we want the seasonings to stick. Now, anything I touch with this raw meat, I'm going to have to sanitize after. Okay? My daughter's in public health, and she reminds me all the time that we have to sanitize. I know that already, but sometimes when you work quick, you don't think. But she's there to point it out for me. Great. So this is kind of like a dry rub. Kind of like a dry rub. Okay, we're going to press it in there. Okay, press it in. All right, maybe a little more garlic here. Okay. Now we come over. Don't show this. Come over here. And we have this on the stove. All right, so we're going to heat our pan first. When we heat our pan, This is a thick gauge metal pan. When we heat the pan first, what happens is the pores of the metal open up. Now, you probably remember that when I showed you, when I was telling you that in class, and you'll get a non-stick surface, so it's got to be hot first. And then you put the oil in. Now, pan searing is not a lot of oil. It's probably enough oil right there. And you can see the waves that the oil make. You see that in there? I don't know if you guys can make that out. But the oil is in waves. Now it's starting to steam. Now you got to be careful because you can overcook this oil and it'll start smoking. Now what's going to happen here is going to create a big searing sound. And what that's going to be is the actual liquid coming out of the steak hitting the hot oil. Okay? We throw it away from us. And we start to cook that. Now, I want to put my exhaust on. Is that too loud? Okay, I'll take the exhaust off. Okay. Now, the smells, I can smell the garlic. I can oh God, the smoke is killing me. I can smell the garlic. I can smell the pepper. And right now what's happening is that the protein is starting to caramelize. It's going to start to brown. You can see it's starting to skip. You can see that it's starting to brown. Now this is important, the good sear. What the sear does is it caramelizes the meat, concentrates the flavor. Okay, you can show me now. It concentrates the flavor, all right? And it also seals in the pores of the meat so it stays juicy inside. Now the flat iron, we don't want to overcook this. We want to actually, I'm starting to flame up I'm starting to smoke out the joint. As we come over, you can see that it's starting to caramelize. Right? Now, it looks like I can use a little more oil. I'll throw a little more oil in there. This is a nice sear right here. Now, you can do searing with a lot of things. You can sear chicken. You can sear pork. You can sear beef. You can sear fish, a piece of salmon or some scallops. Seared scallops got a totally different flavor than a poached scallop, okay, or a baked scallop. The sear actually concentrates that flavor. And this is called the Maillard reaction. It's actually scientific. The proteins coagulate and caramelize. The natural sugar in the meat comes out, and that's what gives us that crust. Beautiful. Now, because this is all new, I'm teaching you online, I think this is a great way. I'm going to be asking you questions to answer from my actual videos, so you get the true understanding. And if you decide you want to make this stuff, I would encourage you to try to make something that you pan sear. You know, share the video with me. Now, what's going to happen in here is my smoke alarm is going to probably go off. Okay, you can see that this is really smoky. But all this too, right here, this can become part of your sauce. All this stickiness on the bottom of the saute pan. So now this is still rare. You can test this by your finger. Okay. Right here, it kind of feels the same. But as you go down, the muscle tightens. This would be medium rare, medium, and then this is well done. You can feel right here. But I know it by feel. So now I'm going to caramelize a little more this side, and then I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to let this rest on a plate. What that's going to do is going to cool down, and all the blood is going to rush back to the middle, so it's nice and moist inside, okay? I got it right here. My assistant is getting my plate for me. She's a good assistant. Now this is small steak, so it's not going to take a long time to cook. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this off. Okay? I'm actually going to cover this. Okay? And now this is a flat iron steak. Look at how beautiful that is. You can see the caramelization. This is some of the pepper. It's got a really nice flavor. What's going to happen is this is going to rest. It's going to still cook. It's going to carry over cook. Put my face in there. It's going to carry over cook, so that means it's not going to stop right away. Okay? How long is the video so far?
10:07.
10:07. Beautiful. I want to keep the 10, 12 minutes. And I'm going to slice this on the bias after. Actually, you know what? Why I have you here, I'm going to slice it now. It's a little early to slice. But here, Grace, right over, come over here. So the grain goes this way. You want to slice it on the bias, like this. Wow, look at that. That's beautiful. Okay? Just like this. Very thin. Like that. It's a little rare. And that's because I didn't let it sit that long. It's still a little cool inside. But now this, if you wanted to, you can put back into a saute pan, cook it more if you want. But you can see that this is beautiful. This is beautiful for a sandwich. Okay, this is beautiful over a salad. This is beautiful over just over potatoes, with little potatoes, with a little vegetable and some gravy, and that's it. Beautiful. Awesome. So I hope you enjoyed Chef T's Kitchen and his first lesson online. God bless you all. Looking forward to the next one. Peace out.